Let's kick things off by shining the spotlight on a true icon, Tina Charles. If you know anything about the WNBA, you know this 8-time All-Star and former MVP is an absolute powerhouse on the court. But Charles isn't just sitting back and watching the game evolve, she's ready to be part of something monumental. She's openly expressed her admiration for Caitlyn Clark and has voiced her belief in the Fever's bright future. That's the kind of energy you want fueling your team. Now let's talk about the numbers. Last season, Charles was still dropping impressive stats, averaging 16.6 points and 7.6 rebounds per game. Those aren't just decent numbers, they're game-changing, especially for a team looking to elevate itself to championship contention. She's proven time and time again that she's still a force to be reckoned with, whether it's dominating in the paint or stepping out for a jumper. But there's so much more to Charles than her stats. She's a leader in every sense of the word. Her presence on the court and in the locker room could be invaluable for mentoring young stars like Aaliyah Boston. Imagine this: Charles and Boston forming a front-court duo that blends power, finesse, and a basketball IQ so sharp it leaves opposing teams scrambling for answers. The synergy between them could be something truly special.
So we know who Caitlyn Clark is and what she's been able, her impact in this league and especially this year. So however we can get it, I'll take it for me personally.
And here's the real kicker: Tina Charles doesn't just play the game, she transforms it. Her wealth of experience, combined with her unmatched skill set, would give the Fever a major boost in their quest to climb the ranks of the WNBA. Whether it's leading by example, teaching younger players the ropes, or making clutch plays when it matters most, Charles is the complete package.
The WNBA seems to be having a massive moment right now. Would you say it's never been bigger than it is right now?
Yeah, I mean, the energy that we're getting, perception, the eyes that we're getting on us, it's amazing.
So while her stats speak volumes, it's her leadership, vision, and championship mindset that could make her the perfect fit for this rising Fever team. If Indiana manages to lock her in, they're not just getting a player, they're getting a game changer. Ready to hear about the next potential superstar? Let's keep the momentum rolling. Let's talk about Gabby Williams, the defensive powerhouse fresh off an Olympic silver medal with France. Williams isn't just a defender, she's the kind of player who makes scorers rethink every move they make. Imagine her locking down the league's top offensive threats, while Caitlyn Clark and Kelsey work their magic on the other end of the court. Adding Williams to the Fever roster wouldn't just mean better defense, it would mean total disruption for opposing teams. What truly sets Williams apart is her versatility. Sure, she's known for her tenacious defense, but she's far from a one-trick pony. Williams can step into a playmaking role when needed, facilitating the offense and creating opportunities for her teammates. This two-way impact is a rare gem in the WNBA, and pairing that with Clark's generational talent, that's a recipe for highlight reels and game-winning moments. And here's the fun part. Williams doesn't just stop at guarding her matchup, she thrives on turning defense into offense. Steals that lead to fast breaks, blocks that energize the crowd, her presence is felt on every inch of the court. This is the kind of energy and hustle that can completely shift the momentum of a game.
For me, what I've found most helpful is to be able to create a close circle around me, knowing the people whose opinions matter to me and whether those opinions are good or bad. And
adding Williams would be a game changer for the Fever, not just because of her skills, but also her mentality. She's a player who knows how to elevate her team. And when you pair that with Indiana's rising stars, the possibilities are endless. Speaking of versatile players who redefine their roles, let's talk about someone who's turned sharpshooting into an art form. Let's take a moment to appreciate Kelsey Plum because honestly, she's earned it. Last season, she wasn't just good, she was phenomenal, shooting an eye-popping 41.4% from beyond the arc. And no, we're not talking about the occasional corner three. Plum's range extends to just about anywhere on the court. Whether it's a pull-up in transition or a dagger in a defender's face, her accuracy is jaw-dropping. She's the epitome of a modern-day sharpshooter. Now, imagine Plum in Indiana's backcourt alongside the one and only Caitlyn Clark. It's not just a backcourt, it's a firestorm waiting to happen. The ball movement, the seamless chemistry, the relentless barrage of threes raining down, it's the stuff basketball dreams are made of. Opposing defenses wouldn't just have their hands full, they'd be in full-blown panic mode.
Do you think watching Caitlyn break your record, seeing her do it in the fashion that she did?
She's incredible. I mean, especially to the exact shot that she broke it. That pretty much sums it up, right?
And here's where things get even more interesting. Las Vegas is juggling some serious salary cap issues. Translation? The Fever might actually have a realistic shot at pulling off one of the most talked about signings in WNBA history. Can you even imagine the buzz around this team if Plum joins the mix? Fever fans, this is the kind of heist you throw a parade for.
You know, I think that for me, when I was in that position, I just wanted some love. And I think that you remember how you feel, and you try to pass it on. And I know that whoever comes next, Caitlyn will remember that.
But it's not just about boosting Indiana's offense, though let's be honest, it would be unstoppable. Adding Plum would send a message to the rest of the league. Indiana is here, and they're ready to contend. It's pick your poison time for defenses. Do they guard the perimeter and leave the paint wide open? Or do they collapse inside and let Plum and Clark rain threes from every angle? Either way, it's game over. So Fever fans, keep your fingers crossed because this is one move that could redefine the entire trajectory of the team. Speaking of redefining dominance, let's shift gears to a player who has truly made the paint her playground. Let's talk about the paint. And there's no better name to drop than Nneka Ogwumike. This 9-time All-Star is a game changer in every sense of the word. She's not just your typical forward. She's one of the most versatile and impactful players in the WNBA. Last season alone, she put up an impressive 16.6 points and 7.6 rebounds per game while shooting a scorching 40% from beyond the arc. Yes, you read that right. She's got range like few others in the league. Now picture this. Ogwumike teaming up with Aaliyah Boston in Indiana's front court. Can you imagine the dominance? They'd own the paint, control the boards, and wreak havoc on both ends of the court. Ogwumike's ability to guard multiple positions makes her the perfect complement to Boston's powerful inside presence. Together, they could form a duo that opposing teams simply wouldn't have an answer for. If this rumor becomes reality, Indiana's front court might just redefine what it means to dominate in the WNBA.
No, I'm always impressed by the two of them. I think it was also really fun to see them playing together tonight. They had some synergy.
But wait, there's more to Ogwumike than just her stats, as incredible as they are. Her leadership skills are second to none. On and off the court, she's a player who knows how to set the tone for her team. She's the kind of veteran presence who can shape a winning culture, instill confidence in young players, and rally her squad in high-pressure moments. With Indiana's young and talented core, Ogwumike's guidance could be the key ingredient to unlocking their full potential. And let's not forget her experience in clutch situations. Ogwumike has been there, done that, and has the all-star appearances to prove it. She knows what it takes to win, and that winning mentality is contagious. Pairing her championship-caliber mindset with Indiana's rising stars could lead to something truly special. If the Fever can land Ogwumike, it wouldn't just be a great signing, it would be a statement to the rest of the league. They're not here to play it safe. They're here to compete. And with Ogwumike on board, the Fever could be ready to make waves in ways fans have only dreamed of. Sabally is a name that's turning heads for all the right reasons. At just 25 years old, she's already a certified star in the WNBA, boasting incredible stats: 19.4 points, 8.4 rebounds, and 4.5 assists per game last season. It's no surprise that she's already a 2-time All-Star, and the best part? Her best years are still ahead of her. Sabally has been vocal about her admiration for Caitlyn Clark, even calling her a generational talent.
Caitlyn is an amazing generational talent, and she's going to do amazing things, but she also has to go through that first rookie year.
Here's where things get even more interesting. The Fever's new GM, Amber Cox, has a history with Sabally from their days in Dallas. In free agency, those relationships can make all the difference. Adding Sabally to Indiana's roster would be like finding the final piece of a championship puzzle. Her ability to stretch the floor and create mismatches is exactly what the Fever need to take their game to the next level. Now imagine this: Sabally and Aaliyah Boston in the same front court. Talk about a matchup nightmare for opposing teams. Sabally's ability to knock down three-pointers and slash to the basket would perfectly complement Boston's dominance in the paint. Together, they could create one of the most dynamic front courts the league has ever seen. But Sabally isn't just about versatility, she's about adaptability. She's equally comfortable driving to the hoop as she is pulling up from beyond the arc. That kind of flexibility makes her a dream addition for any team looking to build a roster that can compete for championships. Her ability to adjust to any defensive scheme or offensive system is a rare talent that sets her apart from the rest. And let's not forget her leadership potential. Even at a young age, Sabally has shown maturity and composure on and off the court. She's the type of player who can inspire her teammates while delivering in the clutch. With someone like Sabally in the lineup, the Fever wouldn't just be playoff contenders, they'd be championship favorites. Let's move on to another player who could bring experience and poise to this rising team. Erica Wheeler's journey to the WNBA is one of grit, determination, and pure talent. From going undrafted to becoming an all-star MVP, Wheeler's story is nothing short of inspiring. She's a seasoned point guard with years of experience under her belt, and she knows how to take control of a game when it matters most. Whether it's orchestrating the offense or locking in on defense, Wheeler is the kind of player who brings stability and confidence to any roster. Wheeler has been effusive in her praise for Caitlyn Clark's game, even dubbing her Hollywood for her undeniable star power and highlight reel plays. And let's be honest, when a veteran like Wheeler calls someone Hollywood, you know they've got the it factor. She sees the potential in Clark not just as a player, but as a leader who can elevate everyone around her. Adding Wheeler to the Fever lineup would be like adding a steady hand to guide the ship. Her veteran presence would allow Clark to focus on her strengths, making plays, scoring, and of course, dazzling the crowd. Wheeler's ability to manage the pace of the game and navigate high-pressure situations could be exactly what this young Fever team needs to thrive.
Y'all Hollywood right now. Everybody wants to be here. All eyes on both teams. So the organization is just moving up. And it's a great feeling for me to be here 3 years ago and then come back to, be able to have all these eyes.
But there's more to Wheeler than just her on-court skills. She's a vocal leader who knows how to rally her team, even in the toughest moments. Having someone who genuinely believes in the Fever's vision and future success goes a long way in building a winning culture. Wheeler isn't just a player. She's a mentor, a motivator, and a steadying force in the heat of competition. With Wheeler's experience and leadership combined with Clark's star power, the Fever could create a backcourt duo that balances youthful energy with veteran wisdom. It's the perfect recipe for building something special in Indiana. And speaking of seasoned stars, let's take another look at a player who's been the heartbeat of this team. Kelsey Mitchell, the unrestricted free agent, has been the backbone of this team. Averaging 19.2 points per game last season, she's been a walking bucket.
Mitchell is by far the best scorer that Clark has ever played with, and Clark is by far the best playmaker that Mitchell has ever played with.
And here's the kicker. Caitlyn Clark's arrival might just be the game changer that keeps Mitchell in Indiana. Pairing her scoring ability with Clark's playmaking, that's a recipe for fireworks.
I think I'm a part of history, so I'll take it. Obviously, it's a good thing for women's basketball. I'm playing alongside this kid. So.
The Fever aren't playing around either. Rumors of a Supermax deal around $250,000 are swirling. That's not just a paycheck, it's a statement. It says, Kelsey, you're the future, and we're all in. And with her undeniable chemistry with Clark, who's to argue?
A little bit more attention and getting a little bit more shine and getting the recognition you deserve.
I think the reality of it is that I don't think people would know what else he squared, so shout out to Caitlyn.
Mitchell's loyalty and ability to deliver in clutch moments make her the heart of this team. Keeping her on board would solidify the Fever's backcourt as one of the most dynamic in the league. Now let's wrap it all up. It's impossible to talk about the Fever's future without diving into the Caitlyn Clark effect because, let's face it, she's not just a player, she's a phenomenon. Clark's ability to command attention on and off the court is nothing short of extraordinary. From her dazzling plays to her magnetic personality, she's single-handedly elevated the Fever's profile to new heights in the WNBA.
I felt like had the best year of her career, this year. And really, when you think about teams, you think about a core three, right? You think about a big three.
Her presence isn't just about drawing fans, although let's be real, arenas are filling up fast. It's about attracting talent. Free agents across the league are taking notice, with many openly expressing their excitement at the idea of playing alongside her. She's the kind of generational talent that turns heads, sparks conversations, and makes other players think, I want to be part of this. Building a roster around Clark is more than a smart move. It's a no-brainer. With her at the helm, the Fever are no longer a rebuilding team. They're a rising powerhouse poised to make some serious noise in the WNBA. Her game is electric, her court vision unmatched, and her ability to perform under pressure, absolutely clutch. But here's the thing, Clark's impact isn't limited to the court. She's inspiring an entire generation of young athletes and fans. Whether it's her fearless playing style or her confident demeanor, she's setting a new standard for what's possible in women's basketball. She's not just creating moments, she's creating movements. The Fever are already reaping the benefits of Clark's presence. From increased ticket sales to a renewed sense of energy and excitement within the organization, it's clear that she's the spark Indiana needed. And the best part? This is just the beginning. Now let's take a closer look at how fans are reacting to this game-changing addition. Social media is absolutely exploding with chatter about the Fever's potential moves, and let me tell you, the excitement is contagious. Fans are taking to Twitter, Instagram, and every other platform you can think of, sharing their predictions, creating dream lineups, and hyping up what could be the team's most transformative offseason ever. Fever Nation isn't just buzzing, it's on fire. You can practically feel the energy through the screen as fans imagine the possibilities. Dynamic duos? Check. Unstoppable front courts? Double check. The thought of Caitlyn Clark teaming up with some of the league's biggest names has fans racing to secure their season tickets. And speaking of tickets, sales are climbing faster than ever. Indiana Fever games are shaping up to be must-watch events, with packed arenas and a whole new level of excitement. But it's not just hope, it's pure, unfiltered joy. Fans aren't just optimistic, they're ecstatic about what the future holds. For a franchise that's been hungry for a turnaround, this wave of enthusiasm is like a breath of fresh air. The potential signings have sparked a sense of anticipation that's been missing for years, and it's clear that Fever Nation is ready for a brand new era filled with highlights, wins, and maybe even a championship run. So what do you think, Fever fans? Are you ready to witness history in the making? Because one thing's for sure, this team's transformation is just getting started. This offseason isn't just about rebuilding, it's about transforming the Indiana Fever into a powerhouse that will be talked about for years to come. With whispers of big names like Mitchell, Ogwumike, Plum, Sabally, and more potentially joining the squad, this team has a golden opportunity to rewrite its legacy and dominate the WNBA landscape. The Fever aren't just looking to compete, they're aiming to become a dynasty. Imagine the impact of having superstars across the court, each complementing Caitlyn Clark's already dazzling presence. The vision is clear. Packed arenas, roaring crowds, and highlight reels that make the league take notice. This is more than just a rebuild. It's a revolution. All right, Fever fans, that's all we've got for today. The buzz around these free agent rumors is absolutely unreal, and if these moves pan out, the Indiana Fever might just be the team to watch next season. From superstar signings to potential dynasties in the making, this offseason could be one for the history books. Before you go, do me a favor, drop a comment below and tell me which of these rumors you think is most likely to happen. Who are you hoping to see in a Fever jersey? And don't hold back, let's hear those dream lineups. Before you bounce, smash that like button and hit subscribe to join our squad. We've got all the latest updates, drama, and deep dives you won't find anywhere else. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, stay hyped, stay positive, and we'll catch you in the next one.